Hey guys, it's your boy ShadowAtores and I'm back for another video for y'all today. I know it's been a while since I've posted, and in fact a long while, but today we are finally here with part 2 of What If Luffy Became a Marine. Now before the video starts, I want to say a few things. First off, I'd like to give a huge thanks to our editor today, Super Savage. He agreed to edit this video for me since I've been feeling a bit of burnout with editing. As well, we have reached over 1,000 subscribers, which is very odd. I didn't expect that from not posting, but hey, I want to thank you all for subscribing and welcome to the channel. And now let's get on with What If. Garp's voice could be heard in the Denden Mushi as Luffy awaited his grandfather's verdict. Garp informed the young Marine that some labor and hard time at Shelltown would do the Marines some good. However, before Luffy hung up, Garp would alert him of reports of large pirate activity over on the island of Orangetown. After hearing this, Luffy and Co would quickly head to their ship and begin sailing towards Orangetown. Now, let's cover some of the trip to Orangetown. Now, Luffy does begin training Kobe in how to use the 6 powers, and Zoro begins training Helmeppo in 2-sword style. The reason I'm having this is because Helmeppo in the main timeline picked up 2-sword style, and so for Zoro to train him in the 2-sword style would make a lot of sense, since Zoro is a master of the 1-sword style, 2-sword style, and 3-sword style. And even in these just few days of training, they make some pretty impressive gains. Nothing mind-boggling, but impressive, as only a month had passed between when Luffy met Kobe, and Kobe left to become a Marine, and when Luffy met him at Water 7. There's only a month time gap between that. So Kobe is very impressive when it comes to potential. Luffy, Zoro, and Helmeppo arrive at Orangetown and are met by a town that looks abandoned. Luffy would wonder where everyone was and decide it's best for the party to split up. Zoro and Helmeppo would go in one direction, while Luffy and Kobe would head in another. And Luffy and Kobe would be wandering the town when they see someone running. A young girl? The girl would see the two men and smirk. "Hey, Captain! Nice timing! Deal with these guys for me, would ya?" she would say before running past them. The pirates chasing after the woman, hearing this, would attack Luffy and Kobe. But after a moment passed, Luffy would have dealt with these two pirates and knocked them out. The woman that he had met earlier would then introduce herself as Nami, and after a short conversation, she would inform them about the vicious pirate known as Captain Buggy the Clown. Now, Luffy would obviously vow to kick Buggy's ass, and Nami would smile at this. Now, since Luffy is a Marine in this timeline, Nami would be more trusting of Luffy since her mother was a Marine, and she does not have any real bad misconceptions of Marines. So she would have no real reason to hate Luffy or Kobe off the bat. And after some time, Luffy, Kobe, and Nami would notice a giant lion running past. Followed by said lion was Zoro and Helmeppo, and Luffy and the others would follow suit, soon arriving at Buggy's location. Luffy, after arriving at Buggy's location and seeing Buggy, would make a comment about his nose, calling it, stupid or something, causing everyone except for Helmeppo, Zoro, and Kobe to gasp in shock. Buggy would stand up, furious with Luffy, and would quickly charge him, but in an act of quick thinking, Luffy would quickly fire off a Tempest kick, cutting Buggy in two. After this moment, the upper half of Buggy jumps up at Luffy, only to find Luffy's foot in its face as Buggy is sent back. It would be here where Buggy reveals his devil fruit to be the Chop Chop fruit. However, before Buggy could attack, his second-in-commander, Kabaji, charges at Luffy, stating that he would kill this man for Buggy. But before he could try, Zoro would intervene, saying that if he were a swordsman, he would fight Kabaji. The two of them would begin dueling as Buggy would fight Luffy. However, Luffy does not go full power to make sure Helmeppo and Kobe can learn a thing or two from the fight, and would tell them to watch. And while they did this, Nami would go find Buggy's treasure. Zoro begins his fight with Kabaji and compliments him on his opening attack on Luffy. However, this causes Kabaji to attack Zoro with full force, and as the battle rages for a short time, Zoro simply wanted to test the waters, but after a short while, he finds that Kabaji is not very challenging and finishes him off with an onigiri. During all this, Nami would be leaving with her treasure when she remembered how Luffy and his friends had helped her and decided to give them some help. Now back to Luffy. As Luffy and Buggy are fighting, Buggy is very pissed and decides to blow the straw hat away with his Buggy Ball. However, it comes to the fire, it exploded in his face. Nami had apparently sabotaged the Buggy cannon, and Buggy was sent flying many miles away, which caused the Straw Hats to win. As the Straw Hats began to head back to their ship, Nami cuts them off, smiling. She asks the group if she can get a ride back to her island, and Luffy makes a deal with Nami. If she agrees to join Luffy's crew, then he will take her there. Nami begrudgingly agrees, and the Straw Hat Corps sets out for Kokoyashi Island. Luffy and crew would arrive at Kokoyashi village, and with Nami asking them to stay on the ship and to not leave under any circumstances, Luffy, not particularly one to anger Nami as he saw what had happened on the trip, would decide that this would be the best option. As you see, in this timeline, Luffy is a bit smarter, and having trained under the Garp and the other Marines, he developed people skills a bit better to the extent that he can pick up on social cues much better. And Nami would leave the ship and head to Arlong Park to try and pay Arlong to free her village. Meanwhile, two fishmen seeing the Marine ship dock would wonder if it's a Marine Arlong had under his thumb. They would go investigate, and after a quick conversation, Luffy finds out they're full of shit and would beat the shit out of them. And now worried for Nami, would head to try and find her. Nami, meanwhile, has brought the money to Arlong, but is shocked and distraught when Arlong tells her that he lied and that he would never free the village. After she leaves Arlong Park, we get a heartfelt scene where Luffy stops Nami while she's stabbing her arm and gives her his straw hat. Luffy, Zoro, and Helmeppo, Kobe, all head off to kick Arlong's ass. The Straw Hat crew would arrive with no crowd to greet them. Only the towering walls of Arlong Park, which Luffy in a fit of rage breaks down a single blow.
"Who are you?"
Arlong would say, as Luffy began approaching him, dodging the fishman who would try to block his path. "I'm Luffy, a Marine." Arlong would look puzzled for a moment and ask,
"What does a Marine want with me?"
But before he could finish the sentence, Luffy would deck him in the face and would shout, "Don't make my navigator cry!" Now, the fights will go as such. Luffy versus Arlong, Zoro versus Hachian, Kobe versus Kurobe, and Helmeppo versus Chu. Now let's get started with Zoro versus Hachian. Since Zoro never fought Mihawk at the Baratie, not only his swords would not be broken, but he would also not be injured by Mihawk, meaning that he would completely dominate and dispatch of Hachian very easily for the most part. And as the other two fights, Kurobe and Chu versus Helmeppo and Kobe would rage on, it was clear that Helmeppo and Kobe were not strong enough to beat these two. So Luffy would have to divert his attention from fighting Arlong, telling Zoro to hold him off while he helps Kobe and Helmeppo. Now, speaking of Zoro versus Arlong, this fight would actually go pretty interesting, as since Zoro's not injured and has his two swords, he would actually put up a great fight against Arlong, pushing Arlong a bit into pulling out his own sword. However, once Arlong does that, Zoro, his two swords would break and be pushed back by Arlong. But before Arlong could actually do any damage to Zoro, Luffy would step in and would punch Arlong so hard it would actually kill him. After dealing the finishing blow to Arlong, Luffy would look over to Nami and tell her that she would always be his friend, and for her to come and join his crew. She would gladly accept, and now the five would rest at Kokoyashi Island while Kobe and Helmeppo heal up. During this time, Luffy would inform Garp of the happenings on Kokoyashi Island, and Garp agrees. Whatever Marine the fishman Luffy had met prior to meeting Arlong had been looking for was a threat and needed to be dealt with. So, after Luffy interrogated some fishmen, he would find out the Marines and call them to Kokoyashi Island, where Luffy would strip them of their rank and arrest them. Garp would also inform Luffy that Smoker had recently been assigned to Logtown and that he should go see him. Hearing about who Luffy refers to as Smokey, he would gladly set sail with his crew once Kobe and Helmeppo were obviously healed up. Again, I hope you guys did enjoy part 2 of this What If, and I also want to apologize for the hiatus. As you know, I wanted to finish high school and, find a job, and with the whole Corona thing, that really put a hamper on things. But now I want to try to put out What Ifs once again. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video, and once again, thank you to the editor of this video, Super Savage. He is a good friend of mine. And I hope you guys enjoy. Bye!